So I see Casey has taken over the laptop. What are you going to show us here, Casey?
Yeah, so I showed the map of the top 25 future open space projects, but we wanted to do something else that would give people a little bit more information about what these projects are. So what we did, we told the story of the top 25 open space projects through an interactive web tool that we created, and it's called a story map. And so, should we take a look at it? Okay.
Let's look at the laptop.
All right, so the first page here, this shows the top 25 projects. The projects are all of these yellow stars. It explains a little bit of information about how we arrived at the top 25 projects. And this was really based on what the public asked for. So we're really trying to get this tool out to show the public what we're actually doing and the work that we're actually doing in people's backyards and in the Santa Cruz Mountains. So we invite people in to explore the projects. So we can go through, and we use a lot of rich imagery showing the picture of the project area. A lot of our projects are actually closed to the public, so these pictures and imagery is really important because much of the public haven't seen these locations. So we really needed to see this in the story map.
And so the reason it's closed is, of course, these are the future projects.
Yes, these are the future projects.
And so, in fact, this online display is really the way for people to understand what is it that you're planning to do.
Absolutely.
And it's using this new tool of geographic information systems, whereas in the past, you'd all have been buried away in your closed offices,
yes,
working on this alone, and nobody would know what's going on with the 25 projects.
Yes.
You're taking the time to put on the current thinking about what the plan is for the project so that the public can come in and take a look and say, oh, I want to take my kid to Mount Amanam to do snow play, and
yes,
you know, are you going to have places for toboggans? And this is
yes,
a chance for them to say that. Okay, how are they going to tell you? They go in, they look at Mount Amanam, and how are you going to take that public input?
Yeah, so we developed 25 projects. The project description is somewhat broad right now, but as we start working on our project, then we will invite them in to help with the planning process.
So how's that going to happen? I'd like to drive down.
Yeah.
How can you invite them in? So they put the comment on the website.
Well, what will probably happen is that the public will be notified. We will have meetings and stakeholder groups. In the past, with the vision plan, we used different interactive tools that were online called mind mixers, so people could rank things and look at information online. But we would also go out to the community as well and have public meetings where we hear them.
How do you normally tell the community about these public meetings? Are they announced?
We've done lots of different types of outreach. For the vision plan, we did flyers, we did direct mailing, we posted on social media sites, we different radio stations picked it up and announced it. So we do a lot of different outreach to really get out there.
Do you partner with local organizations?
We do. We actually post on different people's listservs, like cities listservs, and we take advantage of other agencies' notifications.
And do you work with the cities that are in the area, like Palo Alto, Half Moon Bay? How do the cities get involved?
Well, in a variety of different ways. One is that they are notified of our public meetings, but as part of our vision plan process, we actually had a community advisory committee, and that was a lot of different stakeholders and some elected officials that came and actually helped build our vision plan.
Wow. This is a big vision, 25 projects. Of course, I'm a hiker, so 200 miles of trail. I want it, and I want it now.
So do I.
What's the pressing question, Kirk, today about how to get these 25 projects in place? What are we doing? What can the public do to support to make this happen?
Yeah, and that was really what moved our board towards looking at a funding measure. And so we have a measure on the upcoming ballot in June to provide the funds for us to be able to implement these 25 top tier priority actions that came out of the vision plan. We estimate that that's going to be about $300 million worth of work, and that's what we're going to the voters to ask them if they would pay for that. And that's the funding measure to allow us to do this work that much quicker. We can do this work without that funding measure. It'll just take us much longer to do. So having those funds come in will allow us to get this work done that much faster.
So how much faster is that?
Well,
I know it's a tough question. No one wants to commit, but
yeah.
how much time does $300 million buy us in terms of these 25 projects?
Yeah, it's a 30-year bond measure is our funding measure. So we're hopeful that we can get the work done in shorter amount of time than 30 years, however. But it's going to mean growth for the district to be able to do this much work because we have 200 miles of trails open now. We want to double that. We want to open as much as we have open now again. So that's going to mean that we're going to have to be a bigger agency to be able to get that work done and open that land and provide all these trails for the public.
Well, all I can say is keep up the good work. I mean, it's so important. You're preserving the land for future generations. Casey, how can people get involved with Midpen?
Well, the first thing you can do is go out and use your land. There's so much beautiful places. Go out, refresh your spirit, bring people out there that haven't been out there before. It's really important to introduce people to the environment and see what's out there, especially children, so we can steward the lands in the future.
So if you've got a coworker who says, I'm stressed,
yes,
what should you say to them?
I would say, let's go out for a hike in Piketty, and we can do some wine tasting, because we do have a winery on one of our preserves.
Where's the winery?
It's in Piketty Open Space Preserve.
And you where's that?
You can find all that information on our district website on openspace.org.
Okay.
Yes.
So volunteers?
We're
docents?
Always looking for volunteers and docents. We use volunteers to help build trails, to pull invasive weeds, to do different types of mapping. We also use docents to, we have a Daniels Nature Center, which is a great place to bring small children, and adults have fun too. And we are always looking for a host for the Daniels Nature Center. So if you visit our website, openspace.org, it has lots of information on what you can do. We have activities scheduled almost 365 days a year.
So that's openspace.org, O-P-E-N,
Yes.
S-P-A-C-E.org.
Yes.
You got to go, everyone.
Yes.
So this sounds like such a great opportunity to get involved with preserving the land and keeping it beautiful. We do live, we're privileged to live in the place that we do. And I join you in spirit in all that you're doing. So I want to thank you for coming and all that you've done to help keep the land for us. And we have a closing video which Amanda Kim helped to prepare. And so we'll close with that. And thank you, Casey. Thank you, Kirk, for coming in.
Yes,
Let's take a look at that video, and bye-bye till next time.